Peace, my family, and row back to all those coming out of that good cocoon for the first time. Welcome, the sugar the butterfly. We about to take off. Let's fly. Just want to send you off the good healing energy your way. Peace, love, happiness, harmony, and abundance. Hope you guys are out there keeping your mind right. Oh yeah, in that good nine mind. How y'all feeling? Hope you guys most definitely moving on up. Oh yeah, in your higher nature family, and most definitely cleansing, because you know what's up. We gotta cleanse. That's right. Cleansing the lows. I came out here today to express how y'all feeling on this good journey with them. You know, if you guys have questions or you want me to do a video on something that you're going through on this journey, I don't mind. Go ahead and send out a comment in the comment section. You know, I'll be happy to do a video on some things you might be going through on this good journey. Because I know in this journey we go through a lot, right? And so I know for myself, in the beginning of my journey, it felt so new. It felt like, again, the last video I had about, it seems like everything was just falling apart. But in reality, for me, when I look back, it was really things just coming together, dropping off, things that needed to be let go of, things that needed to fall off for things to get back en route the way it's supposed to. You see, everything in life truly happens for a reason. And once you begin to move on that, in that energy, on that frequency and vibration, things begin to work for your good. But you got to make sure you're setting your intentions on what you want. And for me, it was about going for the kingdom, right? In His will, and no longer my own. Once you begin to see that that's what life is about, moving in the Most High ways and being obedient to what the Most High says and walking in His ways, not just, studying His ways, really walking in His ways as well, by putting forth action toward every move that you make and being mindful of everything that you do. And, literally checking yourself while you're at it, right? It's about being honest with yourself. It's about seeing things the way that the Most High sees it, right? And the Most High is telling you about these things. He's telling you about His ways. He's telling you about what is needed to be done. Then that's the way. And it's about preparing, right? Because that's what this is about. It's about purifying your soul and getting your temples right? So you can be turning that light on again and being lit to where you begin to shine bright. But that part comes with a lot of trials and tribulations, right? It comes with a lot of tests that you have to pass on this journey. And on this journey, it is going to require you to break away from the world, to breaking the spell, breaking away from people, places, and things that's no longer in alignment with the Most High and where you're going, right? And it's going to happen naturally. Naturally, when you begin to stand on truth, when you begin to stand on your Father's business, our Father's business, when you begin to really be about that life, right? And that's a decision that only you can make, right? For you to surrender, for you to grow, for you to develop in His eyes and that what is pleasing to Him, right? And that's when you begin to see that that's truly what life's really about, what some really just do not know, right? They don't know, right? But once you begin to get more knowledge of yourself and the reason, why you were created and how everything transpires to where you are at this very moment in these days and times right now, you begin to see clear about, things. And that's why the Most High has given us the right knowledge to know our history, to know and renew our history, to know things that we would have never known through our master teacher, Dr. Malachi to help us and gain our way. And He created a way for us to get back to the Most High and within the heavens, right? Ascension, right? when the time comes. Everybody know what time it is. And if you don't know what time it is, that's a very good question to ask yourself why you don't know. Because at the end of the day, everybody is looking around, seeing what's happening in the world and wondering, some people may be wondering, like, what is going on? It's because, family, the truth must be known. And there's many truths out here. It's a lot of truths out here. And it's time for the false things to perish and the truth to reign supreme, right? At the end of the day, you have to be clear about what is needed to be done. And what people may not know is it's about preparing yourself, right? You have to have knowledge, right? This is earth school, right? You have to have knowledge of, things in this planet, right? In these balanced universes. We had universal knowledge. That's how, we were called, gods, because the gods knew themselves. They knew who they were. They knew the knowledge of things. And that's what it's all about. We have to begin to, again, remember and relearn our true selves and who we really are in the eyes of the Most High, right? And once you begin to realign yourself on that path, on that right path, you begin to see the road clear through time. Now, let me just say this, like I said before, this is a lifetime journey. This is not some aha moment like, oh, I got it in a month or two and okay, that's it. No. This journey is everlasting, right? This journey is eternal, family, and you're going to constantly be going on this journey until you ascend on, right? So it's very important that you learn all that you can, right? Learn as much as you can, because this is, the treasure, right? The treasure is, the knowledge of yourselves and the world around you. Because trust me, like I say, you're going to need it later, right? Especially when you do ascend, right? Because again, you're going to need to know these things, know the things about the universes, know the things so you don't be, afraid, you know what I mean? They wanted us to know these things, prepare us, right? So it's very important that we begin to know certain things and not just walk around here in this belief system thinking that, just off, doubt of, oh, I believe this. At this point in time, we should be in a place where now we're sick of the lies and we just really want to know. We want to know the truth for ourselves. And again, once you begin to know more of the truth, that's what breaks the chains and that's what makes you free from this so-called matrix, from this planet. And you can be free to do, what you need to do in the eyes of the Most High and break away and live your life in His ways only, right? So it's very important that you begin to know the truth of it all. And the truth is here. And it's on the channel just for you to learn, to grow, and to develop into who you truly are. And again, this is exactly what I did. And it has led me back to the Most High. And that's why I'm here to tell y'all the journey is real. Our master teacher, Dr. Malachi York L, is everything that he says and more. And he is sent from the Most High. And again, family, we must know this. The one appointed omnipotent Jesus, Joshua, Timus, Horus, Harun, sent his angel, our master teacher, Dr. Malachi York L, to prepare a way for us. And it's very important that we begin to take heed to, this beautiful, beautiful time and space that we're in right now. Because we have a chance to get it right, to align ourselves and really walk that walk. Now, the journey is real, family. Like I said before, it's very raw, and it's going to make you face yourself, face every part of you that you put on, right? The journey is not about putting on. This journey is not about being fake. this journey is about being real and being real with yourself, being honest with yourself on every level. And once you begin to embody love, right? Because that's the higher knowledge, right? Highest knowledge, right? And embodying that, being that, right? Understanding, overstanding that spreading love, being that in your life, in your reality, is all that is needed to raise your frequencies and vibrations on a level where lower vibrations can't really mess with you like that. You know, because at the end of the day, family, that's how you rise. You rise higher, right? And that's what this is about. You move in love, right? And yes, love casts out all fear. Right? Pure love casts out all fear. Right? And once you begin to see yourself, no matter what goes on in your life, continue to embody that love code. Oh yeah, you're gonna be tested, right? With many different things in your life. People trying to pull you out of your peace and your frequencies at times. And you have to know what that is, right? And don't fall for the baits, family. Because you already know it's so. Because again, family, when people are in low vibrational energies, like I said before, they can't see, they can't hear. And when I was there, you know, we be dumb out here, right? And again, we must understand, and in order to get smarter with how we move, you must first know how you're supposed to move in your creator's eyes. Because again, that is the only way you're gonna get where you need to be, get where you're going, right? The journey is going to take you through it. Through what? Through the hells that we are in right now, right? And it's up to you to create, you know, in your states, that paradise within you, right? Where it's going to require you to get with yourself and evaluate what is important to you, right? And what's more important. You see, the Most High should be at the top of your pyramid in your life, right? And everything else comes after, right? And once you begin to move like that, Most High in the kingdom, that's in alignment, everything else begins to align with you. Oh man. And the journey is real because it's going to test you. The battle is, you know, with you. The battle is, you know, battling that agreeable and disagreeable natures within ourselves. That's that battle. The 180-degree natures within ourselves. You know, conquering that disagreeable part of ourselves and becoming agreeable, right? And the way our master teacher put it, becoming good again, right? And spreading that love and being that peace. And at the end of the day, though, sometimes, you know, you have moments where you have people that may try to come and trigger you, sometimes not intentionally, but may not truly understand what you're fully going through. And sometimes it's very important that you recognize when that happens, because if energies are not mission, right? They're not mission. That's a sign to say you gotta start loving from a distance, because everybody is called to different places on this journey. And as long as you are listening to what the Most High says and where you're called to be, sometimes, it, energies cause friction, and that's a sign to, you know, let live and let life and let things happen on its own, right? Where people can begin to see things for themselves out of love, because you love them, right? But sometimes people have to learn how, to walk that walk and live your life for yourself and see things for you, right? Because that is the only way the Most High can really teach you, is when you get by yourself, right? Learn to be by yourself, right? And once you begin to see that, you're going to find on this journey that many people, don't really understand you like that. And sometimes, they used to make me feel some type of way. Not really many people I can really talk to like that. But I always kept in mind that if it was meant for me to, have, someone to speak to and talk to, it would be there. It would be there. So this, a part of my journey right now, is to learn how to chill with myself, learn how to express myself in many different ways of my creative abilities, right? To begin to express myself and begin to share with others. And who knows what will happen, You begin to maybe get feedback, or people will begin to start communicating back at you. Or the ones that do and can relate will. And that's what it is about, because again, everybody's not going to relate to this journey. Like they say, when you're being called, right, and a lot of people don't, answer that call, because it literally says in the scriptures, many are called, but few are chosen, because the few that are chosen answer their calling, right? So a lot of people do not answer their call. So at the end of the day, your life is going to be looking totally different than people that don't answer their calling, right? Totally different. And that's when it truly all begins, because when you begin to live more and get closer to yourself, which is living more in truth and love and peace and harmony with things around you, you begin to see how you guard that, right? And you don't allow people to come in trying to interrupt that, right? Because you know how hard you have worked to get this in this state, right? And so no matter what happens, you know that things are happening for a reason. So when things come up or things happen, know that that's something that is calling you for a situation to decide going forward. Is this something that you're going to be needed to carry on going forward until energies are harmonious, right? And sometimes it's needed for, things to be apart, for people to really see who is really the problem, right? What's really happening here? And normally when you're so close to something, like you're in it, you can't really see clear. You have to sometimes step away and love and have a bird's eye view to see what's truly happening in your life at times. And yes, we are our worst enemy. So out of love, we choose to attach and hold on to things that you have outgrown, and you may have passed those tests already, but you have people that's around you that haven't even been through those tests, haven't even made certain decisions for themselves for their highest good, to move on, to pass a test, to move on to the next level, right? And like I said, in the spiritual realms, it's levels, it's ranks, it's levels to this, right? And you have to, starting from the bottom on up, everybody, no matter where you are in your journey, you have to start from the bottom on up. And everybody has to walk that walk. And it's not for you to, feel any way about what I mean. Don't take things so personal when it comes to things. Realize that everything is falling into place the way it's supposed to. Know this, because as long as your intentions are good and you moving in love, and sometimes you see things that people don't see, you have to go with your own intuition. You may not see fully why at the time, why you feel the way you do, why things are the way that they are. But until you begin to really follow it, your intuition and what is going on within you, that's your higher self speaking, telling you what's up. And you have to learn how to trust that. Because, again, if things are being, causing friction and things, that's something to sit and solve. And once you begin to sit and solve the situation and seeing things for what they are, not what you want it to be, you begin to see things a lot clearer for you. And you begin to move on, right? Because you can't stay in certain places too long. Let me just say this, because you'll get stagnant and you'll get stuck in certain places, right? You got to learn how to solve the issue, and we got to learn how to literally keep it moving, because we got things to do, and it's about your focus. And your focus is always on the Most High. So at the end of the day, you got to learn how to go with the flow with life like water, and let it flow and move like that, right? Because, again, if you look at all the stories of all the things that happen to the noble prophets and, people that really walk on this path, you begin to see as you moving on up to the top of the pyramid, right, that a lot of things have to fall away for you to get to that new kingdom, right? In the new world. Because the old ways and the old things have to pass away for you to be walking into the first heavens, right? So it's very important that we begin to see life the way the Most High sees it, because that is the best thing for you, whether people notice or not. And all the other things in this world is only here to lead you astray. And that's straight up. Because, again, family, when it comes from the Most High, when it gives you everything you need and more. Oh yeah. It gives you everything you need and more. It gives you all the treasure and more, right? Know that? I'm just saying. Because at the end of the day, family, that's what people got to learn to stand on. Stand on the truth, right? And stop playing, because you already know what time it is, right? Once you begin to know the signs of the times, and you already seeing the writing on the wall, what's up, family? What's up? I'm just saying, it's time to get it on right. I'm just saying, get right, get it together. Because at the end of the day, what's up? Where y'all white robes at? What's up, family? What's up? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We in those times, right? So again, you seeing all the pictures of the noble prophets. You seeing everybody, what they dressed in. dressed in white, family. Remember that, okay? And that's for you too, right? When you start walking that walk and cleaning up your life and purifying yourself and getting away from the things that's not good for you, cleaning up, in these hells, right? Cleansing yourself, getting away from all the things that was there to try to destroy you, family, right? And you keep walking, because I'm telling you, paradise is real. So you won't know this though until you actually start walking the walk, and you actually start surrendering and learning more about yourself with the right knowledge, getting the facts of life, and begin to really get to that point where all you care about is going to the kingdom. That's it. So remember, you have help. I'm here to help. The Most High sent our Master Teacher, Dr. Malachi L, to help us all. And I'm just here to get the information that you need out, so you can begin to know the truth for yourself. And if you decide to walk that walk, know that you are not alone, because we out here. And it's real. So again, if you need help on this journey, again, I'm here to help. And I put the books out too. So if you want our Master Teacher's books, they're on the channel. And I'm not just speaking on the ones that I'm posting. I'm talking about actually having the books. So if you want the books, because you're going to need them on this journey, just shoot me a comment, and I'll be happy to help you, because you're going to need it on this good journey with them for sure. And again, also, if you need me to speak on certain things, I got you. And again, I won't know until you ask, right? Alright, so I'm here to help. Know this. And if you have any questions for me, you can send it to my email. Again, it's on the channel, thebutterfly919@mail.com. Alright? If you have any questions, right, you don't want to put on this channel, right? And again, I want y'all all to know, right, that you are loved. Notice beyond this world, within it and in it. Begin to spread that love, family, one to another, and that be that peace that you seek. Release our Master Teacher, Dr. Malachi L. Peace, shalom, hashtag divine love, family. Let's get it. Why do?